Hey, and welcome along. Thank you for requesting this training. My name is Chris Brown. Let's dive straight in. Let's keep it punchy and to the point. This training today is about leading, scaling, and thriving, scaling your coaching business with authority, alignment, and ease, even if you feel stuck right now. So what I see is that most coaches are trapped in the same cycle. They wake up, they scroll Instagram, they post some content, they check their DMs, and they get nothing in return. You're creating, but no one's reaching out. You're chasing, but never really attracting the right ideal client into your business. And you're living on social media, used by the platform, but you're not using it to grow your business. And in 2025, I don't think there's a better platform to really scale and grow a coaching business. Now, mostly, you might even start wondering, what is it that you are doing wrong? Why does it feel so hard for you? And how are others scaling what seems effortlessly while you are still grinding away every day? Now, this training is for coaches, consultants, maybe agency owners who are tired of grinding, building the business that they have, and they're ready to actually build a business of alignment. Get out of the thing that's providing money and into a thing that's actually feeling purposeful, mission-orientated, and in true alignment with who you are. And my personal journey is very much the same. I used to be the hustling non-stop coach who woke up at 4 a.m. in the morning, was working through till 6 p.m. at night on Zoom calls all day. At the time, it was actually GoToWebinar, posting content, sending emails, and building a very decent business. I was doing the things, building a decent business, but it got to a point where the grind and the hustle got the better of me, and I almost lost everything. I built something that was no longer sustainable. I was constantly on the phone, and I wasn't truly present at home. And actually what happened is my wife and I separated, and that was a really sad time for myself and my family. And it forced me to turn inward, to face myself, to look at what was going wrong. I had to understand the challenges, the struggles, the things that I was trying to force in my life. And the impact of that was that my family suffered because of it. And what I began to realize is that my success wasn't about doing more. It was about becoming more, becoming the man who can hold more, being capable of holding and growing more, because the business that you have right now is the one that you're capable of running. Because if you were capable of more, you would have it. And this was a massive shift in perspective for me to understand that actually to build an aligned business, it wasn't about a blueprint, a tactic, a strategy. It was actually about finding what I valued, what was part of what I wanted to build. Like, how did I want to express my art in the world? How did I want to express what I do in the world as a coach, as a leader, as a man? And to do all of that with way less pressure, I used to put tremendous amount of pressure upon my own shoulders to really become something or to do something or to be perceived as successful. And actually what I found is by removing that pressure and actually stepping into what felt like flow and alignment, everything became easier. So what's changed? My family and I reunited. Beautiful story. I'm not going to share too much about it here, but we went from this position to a better position than we've ever been. I got out of fear and got into alignment. I started leading from a place of alignment. What is aligned for me? What are my core values? What is it that I want to do in the world? Stopped looking at what competition we're doing and reacting to that, and started really truly building what I class as a category of one, becoming my own niche. And instead of leading from fear, just leading from a deep place of trust. And that had changed everything for me, honestly. And this has become my purpose, to help other men do the same, because what I can tell you from experience and working with hundreds of men is that life and relationships are fragile, and we often think that we have more time than we do. And that's what I call the trap of the future fantasy. If you're sacrificing your current life right now for a future fantasy, think that one day when you make the money and you have what you want and need, then you'll whatever that is. And that is a trap, my friend. And that sees many men go down a path of misery, and it costs them more than they get in return. And what I see is there are two types of men in this space right now growing businesses. Number one is what I class as the hustling, hopeful coach. They're working hard with no consistent clients, and they're posting daily, hoping for results. And he knows that just deep down, actually contributing to the noise of the marketplace as opposed to being this strong signal. And then DMing without any purpose or control. right? Trying to network, trying to generate leads, trying to get people onto sales calls, but it's not just really working at all. There's no control over the flow of your client acquisition. And the worst part is that this endless grinding is completely out of alignment. You're trying to build something that doesn't even feel aligned. One of my teachers, Kendra, she said, you don't get further into something to then get out of it. And that's what I see so many coaches doing. They're trying to build their business to a level, and then they'll transition into the thing that feels aligned and purposeful and mission orientated. And that's not how you do it. You might even be neglecting your health and your family, not looking after your health, your relationship, your family. You are obligated to making money as opposed to leading your life and your family. And what happens as a byproduct of that is that you lack presence, lack meaning, and you're feeling stuck. And you don't really know how to get out of this. You're just in this position where you know you need to make more money. You know you need to be more present with your family. You know you need to build a business of mission and purpose. Yet whatever you're doing right now just isn't working and you don't know where to turn. Here's what I call the trappings of a hustling, hopeful coach. You are on the content hamster wheel. You are feeding the algorithm, hoping that a video pops off and gives you what you truly deserve. You might even be creating great content, but it's just not landing the way that you would like it to. Number two, you're in the DM death loop. You are constantly trying to follow up with story views or people who engage with your post, they like on your comments, and you hopefully get people into a sales conversation, you can get them on a call. But it's just this never-ending grind every day, and nothing's really happening as a byproduct. In fact, you probably wouldn't mind it if it was leading somewhere, but all it's doing is keeping you busy. And ultimately, you are struggling with sales because of that. The second man, this man moves differently. He's what I call the aligned and activated leader. The aligned and activated leader is the second type of man, and he's decisive. He knows his worth and he embodies his value, because when a man embodies his value and he truly does what he needs to do in the world, then people will gravitate towards him because they'll feel it. It will be part of him. His business serves him as opposed to the other way around, right? His business is built around his life, not the other way around. Until recently, by recently, I mean a few years ago, my business was at the forefront and my life was secondary. Now my life is at the forefront and my business is secondary. In fact, I'm building the business that I can, so I have the time, the freedom, and the choices that I want to make. I have passions outside of business, such as jiu-jitsu and making music, and I want to do more of that. But I don't want to do that at the cost of my business. I want to scale a business that allows me to do even more of that. And that's when you become a life-centric based business where you build your business around that. If you want to build a 10 or a 20 or 100 million a year business, then yes, you have to make a lot of sacrifices. But what I see is most men don't want that. They want a business that serves them financially, but also gives them the time, energy, and freedom that they truly deserve. So I've created a code, the Aligned and Activated Leader Code. And this is a blueprint, a mantra that me and my clients adopt and live by. And I believe that it's important to have a doctrine or to have a blueprint of a set of values that you want to live and lead your life by. These are mine. You can make your own, but I want to share these with you because I think it's super important. I am sovereign over my time, my money, and my freedom. I dictate my reality. I decide how much I earn, how I spend my time, and what my life looks like. No one else holds that power over me. I think until you're truly free around money, time, and energy, you're going to feel at the whim of other people consistently. Number two, I lead myself first so that others trust me to lead them. I do not ask others to do what I have not done myself. I operate with full integrity, clarity, and conviction. So important. We see this so often in the world. And the reality is that if you're trying to get people to do things that you're not doing yourself, then you're just a preacher. I choose to live as the living, walking teaching by embodying the things I ask of others. I build my business as a reflection of my deepest truth. I refuse to build a business that forces me to compromise my values, my purpose, or my soul's mission. So important that you build, you're creating art in the world here, and you want this to be something that you're truly committed to. I invest in mastery, not shortcuts. I'm committed to long-term success, deep wisdom, and becoming the best at what I do, because true mastery creates undeniable results. I command wealth, impact, and power effortlessly. I do not force results. I create conditions where results naturally happen. My presence, my leadership, and my alignment make my success inevitable. You can see how when you embody this and you design the way in which you want to lead your life, it becomes more magnetic. I do not chase, I attract. I move with power, clarity, and certainty. Clients, opportunities, and wealth come to me because of who I am. And these are future-paced identity statements that I'm stepping into continuously, and I'm reminding myself of continuously. I scale my business without sacrificing my life. I refuse to trade my presence for profit. My business grows as a reflection of my alignment, not at the cost of it. Super important. I embody the energy of a man who leads, not a man who hopes. I don't need permission. I don't need to wait. I lead. Leaders go first. I choose to do things first and lead with conviction and certainty. My power is in my presence, not my persuasion. I don't convince, I transmit. My leadership, my authority, and my embodiment helps me make sales effortlessly. And these are beliefs that I have. I build from alignment, not desperation. Every action I take is a full body yes. My business is built for freedom, flow, and impact. And I do my best to inspire and install these codes into my clients also. You know, the power of who he is. People don't invest in him because of what he does. They invest in him because of who he is. I want you to really understand that, because this is a core principle. If you are competing right now on what it is that you do in the world, i.e. help people get a result, and people only come to you because of that, then guess what? You are competing with the red ocean, everybody else. But if people become a client because of not only what you do, but who you are, then people are truly choosing to work with you because of the level of leadership and mastery that you have. This is what I call operating from the core. You operate from the core of who you are, and when you speak, people listen. You command attention. You don't demand attention. You command it through who you are. And the path of the aligned and activated leader is not a path for everyone, because there are people right now who are out there in the world who are just desperate to get results. They want results at all costs, and they want it in like ASAP. The clients that I work with are patient because they know you have to sacrifice time, as in the shortcut, in order to get wisdom and depth. Like, you're not looking for hacks or quick fixes. What you're looking for is something that has longevity, stability, that's mission orientated, that's purpose fueled. Self-leadership first. If you're not ready to lead yourself first, you won't lead others. In fact, I believe that it is us. We are our first client. We have to be our first client. We have to lead ourselves first through what we share with others. And then our clients will follow us, because we deserve their attention because of our ability to go deep with ourselves first. You know, you can only take people as deep as we're willing to go ourselves. And number 3, we want to get beyond content creation. If you want to stay stuck posting content and hoping someone reaches out, then this isn't for you. This is about you truly stepping into a new version of you that commands presence and attention of others. And my teacher, John, said this to us: fuck hacking, let's go deep. This is about going deep into the power of who you are. This journey isn't linear. It's one of fucking depth. And it's about taking yourself deeper than you're ever going to take a client. I look at so many parts of myself because I believe to be trusted with others' leadership, then I have to be willing to do that to the nth degree. Working on your transmission in the world so that people feel every cell of your being. I want you to step into this level where people truly feel you for who you are. So the presence of aligned and activated leader lights up the room. When the aligned and activated leader is in a room, he lights it up, but not in a way that's like outlandishly brashy and loud. It's just this deep, grounded, present, aware, open, available presence that's there. He has a magnetic presence, and people magnetize and gravitate towards him. He has a calming influence. He has a nervous system that calms everyone around him. He has deep, slow breath. And I know I'm moving through this training very quick, but notice like deep, calm, slow breath. And number 6, he means business. He's not here just to, sell a program. He's here to create impact in the world. So who is this for? This is for somebody who's done playing small. If you're a man who's done playing small in your business, you're ready to reclaim your power, scale your business, and lead from the deepest level of your being, and you're ready to build a movement, not just make money, then this is for you. Because right now, if you're here, it tells me that you're at a pivotal point in your life and business, that to the left is the hopeful, coach that you are right now, just continually on the journey that you're on. Or there's a path that you can decide to step into, and that path is where everything changes. So let's dive in. How do you go from a hustling, hopeful coach to leading, scaling your business, and operating the code of the aligned and activated leader? There are a couple of key elements, but before I break them down, you need to know something. Most coaches build businesses that look good from the outside, but that's the appearance on the outside. The reality of that from having conversations with people is that it doesn't feel good inside. And this is about building something that feels as good on the inside as it does on the outside. There's a false perception where people think that you're successful, and maybe people come up to you and say, hey, you look like you're crushing it right now. You're doing amazing. It's incredible to see what you're doing out in the world. But maybe you don't feel that inside. And maybe there are people out there getting likes and comments and validation, but behind the scenes, they're deeply desperate for mission-orientated, purpose-fueled work. And the reality is that they're overworked, underpaid, and trapped in a business model that demands more and more of them, and they're not really able to bring the gifts to the world. So that's not what I would class as scaling. True scaling to me is defined as more impact, less work, like scaling your business in a way that allows you to work less, and building systems and infrastructure so that you can get into your highest power of creation. If you want to create more in this world, that's not going to come from you doing more. It's going to come from you being more still, having more space. When was the last time you had a great idea by grinding and hustling and being stuck on your phone all day, every day? I can tell you right now, it's probably very few and far between. But imagine you're out on a hike, you're walking the dogs, you're doing whatever you are, you're out in nature. That's where the best work comes. And you need more space in your calendar in order to really, truly get the best out of yourself. Number 2, dream clients only. You're not taking on any client with a wallet and pulse who will pay. You're choosing only the right ones who deeply value you, your expertise, and they want to go on the journey with you. Number 3, simple systems. Simple scales, complex fails. You have a system so dialed in that your business feels effortless and not stressful. So the 3-part power code: scalable business by design and premium position. How to scale your business with authority, alignment, and ease. A business that not only grows without taking more of your time, but actually attracts only A-grade clients and allows you to operate in full flow instead of stress. The illusion of success is that most coaches build businesses that look good on the outside, but trap them in endless hustle behind the scenes. Time for money trade. They're constantly selling things that are going to impact their time. Number 2, they're chained to the business. They have to be stuck behind the laptop 24/7 because everything falls upon their head. And number 3, any client will do. They'll take anybody on that will pay with a wallet and a pulse because they don't know how to attract A-grade clients only. So step number 1 is the aligned and activated leaders approach to scaling. It's business by design. You design your business to grow without consuming your life. This is something that you decide to do. This is not something that happens by chance. This is something that you strategically sit down and create. Because what happens with most people is that they're just building the business day by day, and they don't do anything by design. They're doing this around the clock, 24/7, and they're just hustling for the next client. That's not business by design. That's business by whatever the hell happens day to day. Number 2, your transmission makes clients come to you, already sold on working with you. Every day we are transmitting something and people are receiving things from us. And you've got to understand that that's the most important thing in today's world. We're in a crowded marketplace with a ton of people competing with what you do. If you're not dialing in your transmission and it's not the thing that actually attracts people towards you, then you're playing a game that is extremely hard to play. And number 3, if you can hear that, some crazy rain here. Number 3 is high caliber clients only. You only work with high caliber clients who deeply respect and value your expertise. This, again, is a decision because one bad client takes the energy of 5 great clients. And if you're spending your time and energy serving bad clients, it's going to drain the hell out of you and it's going to sap your resource. And your resource is your ability to create magnetizing stuff in the world that pulls people towards you. So what is the power of the right positioning? Premium clients don't hesitate. When your transmission is right, premium clients don't hesitate working with you. You get to work less and earn more. When your offer is structured for scale and great clients, then you work less and earn more. And the reason is because you attract people who are autonomous, clients who are willing to do the work themselves. They don't want you to rescue them. They don't want you to save them. And you get out of that dynamic of the drama triangle where every client is desperate and they're paying you because they want you to save them. Instead, you get clients who actually want to do the work and they're self-sovereign and responsible. Number 3, business supports your life. When your business is built to support your life, you create freedom, not just another job that saps all of your time and energy. Here's what can happen. You go from chasing to commanding. You move from chasing clients to commanding authority. You move from time to money trade to leverage. You structure your business in a way for high leverage growth, meaning that as you scale, it doesn't scale and impact your time. In fact, you can start buying your time back with systems and structures and team. And you go from stress to flow. You move from operating from stress to scaling in flow. All right, number 2, magnetic content and messaging. The exact type of content that attracts high-level clients without needing to post daily or engagement hacks. So the content hamster wheel trap. Most coaches are trapped in the content hamster wheel, posting every day, hoping something lands, feeling like they constantly need to show up just to stay relevant. But what ends up happening is that they're blending in instead of standing out. They're a content creator, not a business owner. If you feel like you're a servant to the algorithm right now, then that's what I see so often is like we're just having to create content constantly for Instagram. It's not really getting us what we want. And then posting without results. You post, but it doesn't drive inbound leads or get you to premium clients. And actually, if you looked at your last 10 clients, where did they come from? Probably not your content. The aligned and activated leaders content approach. Words that move. You choose to inspire through like the words that you say. You actually move people to action. You go beneath the surface of the surface level stuff and you choose to go deeper. You start to share stuff that's beyond the normal shit that you see in the marketplace every single day. Number 2, you create authority. You don't chase engagement. In fact, I can tell you right now, I know for a fact that a lot of my best people, the people that come to work with me, they don't engage with my content. They don't like and comment, but they reach out to me directly and be like, how do I work with you? And that's what you do when you create authority-based content. And number 3, you create long-term impact. Every piece of content works for you, not just today, but for the long term. Like a video like this is constantly working in the background 24/7. I don't have to feed the algorithm continuously. Like this is created to move people towards me. So the power of purposeful content, you create to convert. You stop creating just to create for creation's sake. You're not creating content, you're creating content to attract and convert people. Number 2, you speak into premium buyers. You stop posting for reach. You're not doing stuff so that you game the algorithm and get a bunch of likes and views and followers that are irrelevant. You start posting and speaking directly to the people that are most likely to buy. And number 3, you focus beyond the algorithm. Your content isn't about algorithms. It's about positioning and impact. You can create content that gets very little reach, but you get people buy from you because it's about depth. And I can tell you right now, high ticket buyers are not consumers, they're decision makers. And if you're not creating content that is like directed towards those people, then you're going to be in a position where you're just creating for the sake of creating. So the content transformation from daily posting to purposeful creation, right? You're like really precision orientated with your content. You're thinking about your audience. You're creating it specifically for them. It's so resonant that they're like, fuck, this guy gets me. I need to work with them. From likes to high value leads, right? You stop focusing on likes and comments, you start focusing on inbound high-value leads. And number 3, from attention-seeking to authority. You're not about reach, you're about becoming a go-to leader in the space, carving out a niche of one, becoming the only category for what you do. It's so freaking important that you focus on that. All right, number 3, effortless high-ticket sales. How to lead conversations powerfully, command high fees, and close premium clients without scripts, pressure, or tactics that feel unnatural. Now, we need frameworks. But if you have a wooden script, I promise you that that's going to be the downfall of your sales process. It's not about persuasion, right? Most coaches are following wooden scripts that make them feel samey, right? And like, honestly, they're embedded with high pressure tactics, overcoming objections, and it's misaligned. In fact, I don't deal with objections these days. I much prefer my content to do the selling for me so that I get to point of conversation. It's like, hey, you're in or you're out. There's no persuasion or convincing here. Hopefully by now, you know I can help you. If you don't, then they're not qualified enough. And when you just have this like detachment from outcome, it's more magnetic. People want to work with you. Number 3, they have fear around their pricing, their offer. They're dropping their rates just to land clients, and they second guess everything that they do. And I see this often. Great, brilliant practitioners don't land on an offer. They like to stay in this obscurity, this place of like indecision, because it feels weirdly normal. The reality is that you need to get out of that, make a commitment to creating a high-value program with a high-value transformation that can change people's life and stick to it. The aligned and activated leaders approach to sales. So the aligned and activated leader sells differently. They have powerful conversations. You don't pitch. You lead powerful conversations. You connect with that person based on the resonance that you have with them. You actually intently fucking listen and care about them. And by having a deep conversation, asking powerful questions and really opening them up, but also staying present with them, people begin to trust you more. And it's less about like the script, more about your presence with that person. And number 2, presence-based selling. You don't convince anybody. Your presence alone allows clients to say yes. And that is something that you need to work on every single day as part of your daily practice, is that you're so present with the leads that you have that it's not about squeezing in a sales framework in a set period of time. It's actually about becoming so fucking powerful that you listen to people deeply. You make them feel heard, seen, and listened to. And when you get to that point, like, they want to work with you because very few people make them feel that way in their life. And number 3 is confident pricing. Your pricing is a reflection of your certainty and conviction and the level of impact that you can create with somebody based on the painful problem that they have. And you just stick by that and you deliver on it. Most people aren't pricing their program at the level it should be, is because they don't have this internal embodied confidence about what it is that they can do. Or they just haven't mastered the level that they want to master yet, and they still have work to do. So the power of aligned sales. Conviction creates certainty. Clients feel your conviction, so they don't hesitate. They trust your conviction. If you don't have conviction, you'll create uncertainty in them. Number 2, leadership-driven growth. Your business grows through leadership, not tactics. You're going to have to lead a team, a community, a group of people, a movement. This isn't just about the latest fucking ad hack or content hack to get the next lead or sale. And number 3, you create high-ticket buyers, not people who need to be persuaded. You are influencing people by who you are, not persuading or convincing somebody to buy because your program is good. So you go from hope to attraction. You move from hoping people say yes to attracting clients who are already pre-sold in your world. You move from heavy to effortless. If sales conversations feel heavy right now and tedious, then when it's fully aligned, you have powerful conversations with people that feel alive and effortless and easy and joyful. And you move from uncertainty to confidence. You move from uncertainty about pricing to commanding high fees with confidence, and that's incredible. So why these 3 pillars are non-negotiable in any business that I help people build, but also in my own. Sustainable growth. When your business is primed for scale, you don't burn out trying to grow. And every one of us has been there. I've had clients that have been there. I've been there myself. When we try to grow, when we're forcing our way through things, it becomes really unsustainable and we end up burning out. Number 2, magnetic attraction. When your content is magnetic and you are in yourself and your transmission, you don't need to chase clients. They will come to you. Number 3, effortless sales. When sales are effortless, you don't need to struggle to make money. It flows naturally. The aligned and activated leaders business model. This is how the aligned and activated leads and builds a coaching business. And that's how the aligned and activated leader builds their business. So, case study number 1, Dan came to me from overworked and undervalued to a new business and effortless high-ticket clients. So before Dan and I worked together, he was stuck working with a low-paying fitness clients. He enjoyed what he was doing, but he didn't love it and felt like he had to grind for sales and working harder and harder and sacrificing his time just to make it work. He had a skill set, but wasn't positioned as a leader, so no one truly saw his value. His initial goal when he started working with me was actually to scale his fitness coaching business, so to get more fitness clients. But from one conversation, I knew that wasn't the business that we were going to build. Dan had a side gig helping fitness coaches grow their business. And it wasn't something he'd thought about much. He was just doing it for fun. He wanted to build this business. He enjoyed helping people, but he really wanted to like grow both parallel to each other. And I had a conversation with him. I was like, dude, it sounds like you're more passionate about this, but you don't believe it can work. And you're doing this for money. But reality is, if this could work, then you would do this full time. And that was the exact conversation we had in call one. He was stuck making 10 grand a month between the two businesses. He was overworked. He was doing, multiple hours for both businesses. And he was just out of alignment with where his real passion was, but didn't have the confidence to make the shift. Now he let go of the coaching business, went all in on mentoring fitness professionals, and that decision changed everything for him. Fast forward now, he has 150 active paying clients. His monthly revenue is on track for 70. He's actually done 70,000 now, but with a very realistic target of 80,000. His last 12 months, he generated 700K. And since we started working together 2 years ago, he's crossed the £1 million in cash collected revenue. And so some proof there. He doesn't need to chase clients anymore. He chooses who he works with. He's built a scalable, high-impact business that runs without consuming his time. And this is truly what happens when you step into the aligned and activated leader and get out of this just like hustling, hopeful coach that's just trying to make money. Number 2, John, client of mine for many years. And he went from hustling, fear, and frustration to leading a movement. He had an in-person outdoor boot camp for 40 plus women. And he was doing everything that the internet tells you to do. He was doing everything that I was telling him to do. I was helping him grow it by like daily post and engagement effort, chasing leads, like everything that he needed to do to grow his business he was doing. But for whatever reason, it just wasn't landing for him. But because behind the scenes, he was living in a constant state of fear. He was in emotional turmoil, snappy, short-tempered, constantly anxious. And he was really afraid of failing, right? And not leading his family and not being like the man of the house. And ultimately afraid of truly letting them down. And at one of our masterminds, I actually confronted him because his business had been like stagnant for some time. And it wasn't like we weren't trying. And I said to him, I was like, brother, this is hard to hear, but this isn't the business for you. You're working so hard to make this work, but deep down, you know it's not aligned. And it wasn't that he wasn't doing the right things. It was that he was operating a business that was out of alignment. And it felt like forceful energy every day instead of flow. And so what we did was we stabilized. I mean, in fact, let me get backstory. He was making about 5 grand a month, but it was hard fought money. And that day, everything changed for him. We focused on stabilizing his own business so that he didn't lose revenue and it wasn't draining him. We launched his new business, built around his passion. He grew a brand new audience. In fact, he's just touching 16,000 highly engaged followers now. And this has happened in 6 months. It's crazy. He has a global reach now with people all over the world asking to work with him. And he's more relaxed. He's no longer stressed. And he actually is enjoying his life again. And he actually sent me this because he's become a better father, husband, and man. He's thriving in every area, not just his business. And he's leading his life and his family now. So he said, massive win for me. Back in August last year, I visited the Sea Life Center with my son. Because I resented going due to the perceived lack of money neediness around leads and sales, I ruined the experience by rushing him around and screaming at him when we got home for doing something fairly innocuous. I wasn't angry at him, I was angry at me. I was desperate, scared, and working off old patterns. This sparked a massive journey of discovery for me, and what I learned was how to clear the blocks stopping me from living a positive and fulfilled life. This process has resulted in the growth of my running Instagram page and the most stable window we've had at WOTM. The support from Chris Brown and this group has provided me with the positive encouragement to achieve what I have done. And so you can see this is way beyond just making money. I mean, John's business has grown, his new business has grown, he's stabilized his income in his old one. He's not only making more money, he's spending less money on ads. He's in flow and he's just in this like magnetic place of his life where he's just having a ton of fun. And it's really beautiful to see that when you get out of this place of like hustle and grind and force and having to, and into this place of like, I get to, it's a really fucking beautiful transformation. Case study number 3. Ewan was a client of mine 5 years ago, actually, as a therapist. But over the last 5 years, he's done some incredible work to become highly skilled. But he was still stuck with the direction of building a thriving business. And he's a men's work facilitator, qualified therapist, a powerful leader of men. There was never any doubt about his ability. And he's very skilled. He knows how to get incredible results for his clients. In fact, plump someone down in front of him and guarantee he could get them results. It was just getting the person in front of him. He didn't have a system to attract, qualify, and convert leads. He had unpredictable lead flow. No predictable lead flow day to day. It was just like, what and where would I get the next client from? He didn't really know what to do either. He also had a lack of purpose. He wasn't living on purpose because he was waiting, wondering, and feeling stuck. That idea of like this built-up internal energy where you've got something you know you can give to the world. You're incredible at what you do, but you just don't know how to do it. You don't know how to get it out there. You don't know how to birth that thing into the world. After just a few weeks of work together, something shifted. He landed his first high-ticket client at £1,650, and he started gaining momentum and confidence. He stopped thinking, I hope this works, and started acting like the leader he already was. Now he has a clear system to attract and enroll ideal fit clients into his high-ticket coaching program. He has a structured business. His business is no longer chaotic and confusing. It's structured, scalable, and easeful. And he has aligned purpose. He's finally in full alignment with his purpose, and it's beginning to pay him what he's truly worth. Now, the biggest shift is that he doesn't chase clients, he calls them in. He doesn't stress about sales, he leads from power. And when you step into the aligned and activated leader, sales become more effortless because you start trusting and you start leading with flow and you start leading with your power, your purpose, your presence, your authority. And it's a really relaxing place to be. And you get out of this like short-term, have to make sales right now, need a client today, and into like, I am building something fucking powerful here. And if I continue to show up and do the right things, then I will get clients with ease. So you're at your moment of decision right now. You've seen what's possible. You can keep spinning your wheels, grinding in a business that takes more than it gives, or you can step into your power, claim your worth, and build the business you were truly meant for. No more undercharging. No more chasing, no more grinding just to stay afloat and get by. You can truly build something of power and abundance. Build a scalable business. If you're ready to build a scalable business that's powerful and works for you, if you're ready to attract high caliber clients who value and pay you what you're worth, and if you're ready to reclaim your power, step into your true leadership and lead from the core so you can lead your family, your loved ones, your community, your business, and your life. Like your next level isn't something that you just hope for. It's something that you make a committed decision towards. And I'm calling you in this moment. If you've made it this far in this training, I'm calling you in this moment to something deeper. To really fucking step in, lean in, and embody everything that you know you're capable of doing and begin to build the business that you were truly meant to build. If you are interested in exploring how we could work together, DM me on Instagram the word modern, and I'll send you the exact strategy and game plan that we do with clients to scale to 10 to 20 to 50K months without sacrificing your time, your freedom, or your integrity. Let's have a chat right now over in the Instagram DMs. DM me the word modern. And I hope this training was powerful and transformative for you and it opened up doors of possibility. All right, I'll catch you soon. Peace.